we got second round back 13 hole coverage. This is the 2025 Minnesota Majestic, the fifth stop in the Go Throw Tour presented by Prodigy Disc. And we have Evan Smith on scorching hot pace right now, 13 under through 15 holes. I'm your host, Luke Humphreys, joined in the booth again by Mr. Silas Schultz. You play with Evan a lot. 13 through 15 is insane stuff, dude.
He's a killer. He's got that dog in him, and he's one of those guys that will just put his head down and just keep going. Yep. You know what I mean? He's a dog, and so, man, I mean, we just watched Joe Rovere play a pretty good looking 7 under, and to think that Evan Smith is the card ahead of him, shooting 13 on those 14 or through 15 holes, is just very impressive. We also have 8 down fronts from Noah Meinsma and Luke Taylor there, so the pace is about that, excluding one person who's going crazy.
Austin Turner, best lefty in the world, chilling right there, T5 with Kale and Prezi. Lots of golf to play right now. 13 holes, 13 birdies if you want them. Starting right here with the hanging basket. Hole 15, pretty chip shot if you got a forehand for a righty. Look for it to skip about here and just slide over those telephone poles. Sit you right here for this this nice little hanger.
And what I don't even know what kind of apparatus is holding that basket up, but it's so cool.
Yeah, it's more than just a rope and a tree branch.
And I'll tell you, this is a difficult backhand turnover, and Kale has executed it very well.
I'm guessing Kale's probably done that like between 7 and 8,000 times.
Yeah. Well, Prez with the sidearm, our third, if anyone is counting at home. That's tight.
The worst of the bunch. Watching Kale throw a backhand too right before. Wonder if he had some doubts there.
And we have another one. I don't know. Does Joe really throw sidearms?
I mean, he's thrown some touchy sidearms in this round already. Yeah, approaches, but we haven't seen him go off the tee with beforehand.
This is very wheelhouse for Matteo and a lot of people who just have that strong forehand.
Yeah, just commit to the hyzer angle. You give it enough, it'll get that skip. Kind of unlucky there.
Yeah.
But inside the circle, he'll be just fine right there.
And the fun on this hole really happens at the green.
Agreed. All right, back-to-back forehands. Oh, that was yanked a little bit. Typically, when you yank it, it does go a little long. Gets the roll as well. That's like 50 feet coming back for his par, and he's going to be next up still.
That was a pretty disrespectful 20-foot roll.
Yeah.
On a already not great shot. Come on.
And he's going to be circle's edge now on the other side. That's a bogey putt still up.
This is an unassuming hole to have a lot of troubles with. And that doesn't stick either.
The dub happens quick, Silas.
That happened very quick. And it's always the worst when none of your card mates have thrown either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just like walking around the green.
Yeah.
There's some spectators and stuff. I feel like you're wasting people's time a little bit. It's hard to like settle down and take your full routine as well. You're ready for it to be over.
Yeah.
Good putt from Matt.
A little bit of sway in the basket here. I don't think it matters, but it's no, it doesn't matter.
Had to be thinking about it.
It is funny though. I mean, you don't often see the basket swaying back and forth whenever you're putting on it.
Some competitors will steady it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that trim. As I said it right there, steadying it for Kale.
Some competitors swing it.
Yeah.
I've seen that, dude. Well, I tried it on some people in practice.
Yeah, if you walk up and you don't actually try and swing it, you just push your disc out hard or whatever. You know, that is a little something.
Nothing in the rule book that says I have to steady the basket after I make a putt. All right.
That's true. That's true. Dropping 3 strokes to each of his card mates there. Man, gotta wonder if that backhand off the tee box feels like a better move.
Man, that's very deflating. And when you have the 2 other backhand guys go backhand
and get the bird,
yeah, it feels like maybe that wasn't it. But
yeah,
looks like he's putting work in his sidearm and he was letting it fly.
I do like that. I do like that. Adding it to the repertoire it's gonna help him in the long run.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to use it, so might as well.
Hole 16, par 4, great hole. Starts with a little carry over the water. This is some some water that you're not guaranteed getting your disc back. So a lot of people not throwing their favorite discs on this tee shot. But it is a really good backhand. If you can get some turn out of it, that's perfect.
Deal, yeah.
A lot of people try and get too much, go full speed, start to hyzer back out, and you can find that OB left pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, the hole is only 640, so you don't need a ton of distance. I feel like however Joe plays it is probably the right way of playing it. Looks like he got a little sneaky there, but he's not going for a lot of speed.
He did. Adio going faster than both Kale and Joe. This looks to be about a 9 or 10 speed. It's got a no.
Hit again. No.
You know, the OB doesn't really start till after those trees, so he's probably in bounds there, but obscured. And if Joe slides straight through that gap, it's Prezzy's day to really just, when it comes and, what's it say, rains and pours.
Yeah. That's one where, I mean, there's nothing about your card mate's shot that should make your shot do anything, but you just, if he gets by, how do I not, you know, that's hard not to compare there.
Yeah, and when you think about it, honestly, he missed it by a little more.
Yeah.
His shot was a little worse, so he got rewarded. And another forehand.
The forehand counter is off the charts right now.
It is.
Unfortunately, a lot of them are stretched out from a knee, which is not really ideal.
Seeing as we get extra 9 holes too, like this is going to be one of the best Prezzy forehand counters of all time.
It's true, and I'm just waiting for like a really, really clean one.
Just a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Kale, beauty, a little long on that putter throw. Once again, mentioned he's got Dutch Napier on the bag. Dutch is up here, going to be playing in the Masters World Championships as well. There's a lot of those guys, the 40-plus, 50-plus guys that are just hanging in Minnesota for a month.
Yeah.
Hitting up BRP, chilling around here.
Minnesota has just such a cool community of people and courses. Really mind-blowing. For me, I have, I don't know, probably less than 20 courses within, 45 minutes of me. And here they're like, oh, no, we have like 100 courses within an hour. Like all this stuff. And, yeah, they just have a really good culture for disc golf.
They do. It's on a lot of campuses, a lot of schools. You just see them everywhere. All right. What is he going to do here? Normal putt. Okay.
It looked like it had some Andy to it, though.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of action.
And that's going to be getting a stroke on Joe, which is very valuable, but also, like,
getting a turkey.
Well, I was going to say, Joe's not the one you maybe need to be worrying about right now.
No kidding.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of separate yourself from the card and just think, I got to do the best I can do and not play off of what anybody else is doing, because you got some guys having some struggles on your card. There's guys who are shredding. You got to just stay within yourself and get as many birdies as you can.
Yeah, there's people on the course that are absolutely streaking right now.
Yeah.
Throwing just monster runs of birdies together, including small, touchy, very important shots like this. Hole 17, we call it Poli Poli, named after a hole that's found on Maui in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Brought it back over here. Very small green, plays as OB, forced drop zone. If you miss it, it's a tricky one.
It's scary. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't seem scary. It's 240, but it's very exposed.
Swing, 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 swing.
And that is common. There's no skipping into this green.
It's lush.
Yes. So you really got to play. Now, I think there is skipping out of the green, though. That probably does happen.
You're exactly right.
So how do you want to play it? Do you want to throw more of a spike? Do you want to go approach disc?
Oh,
he bounces in.
Rarely seen.
Very rarely seen. Not even really a skip, just hopped.
A plop. That's a beauty from Matt. That's how you're supposed to do it right there. Looks like they've got a left-to-right win All of them throwing backhands that are kind of holding up.
Prez almost dies.
Wow, that was some Conrad footwork there.
Perfect shot, though.
You got your mini?
So we got Kale going to the drop zone. Everybody else sitting nice for the bird. It's kind of like if you hit the green, you get the bird type of deal. It's so close, such a small green.
And I feel like most cards will have one miss of the island.
Sounds right.
And I've never played this tournament before, but that's just how I feel.
Oh, no.
Stop.
Oh, no. Plays his normal OB from there.
Okay.
So he'll take his meter in. But this is now for a double bogey.
Wow. And that happened faster than Prez's double. That was
Crazy,
instant.
dude.
I mean, you throw
Yeah.
2 pretty good shots, and now you're putting for double.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 pretty good shots.
And Joe just bounces in and then sticks the putt, you
Look at
know.
that. Yeah, that body language after that make there. Picking up 3 on Kale just when Kale had got it within a couple strokes. Looked like things were getting tight again.
An unforced error from Prez there. Went to grab the disc, couldn't get it. Couldn't make it
Unforced
happen.
error there. All right, driving range hole here. If you got the bomb, good time to show it. Throw it over the moat right there. And then this is actually a new lake. This has always just been like an OB area.
Wow.
But it is now filled in and pretty murky. Like
Yeah.
most water out here, you're not going to be able to see your disc. I'm doubting that these guys are going to take it on. You don't really need to. It's 760. If you throw yourself about a 400 footer, you're short of the moat, leaving yourself about 360. So that's what Joe's doing. Aiming left is also the veteran move.
Yeah. Me personally,
What you doing?
I'm crushing it, all right?
We all know that.
But I think, I only played it for skins, and so that's all I practiced. But it does make life real easy if you get it across.
Once
But,
you get over, yeah.
I mean, it's just a little approach disc right in.
That
But
is not what Matt meant to do.
No. I also think going for it is not advised in the amount of wind that they have.
Yeah. Matt, I know he was trying to play it out here to this left side. There's no bushes in your way. Kind of play over less of the lake.
Yeah.
If you play it out left like that, it's just a veteran.
Do we think he was going for it a little bit?
Matt, no.
No.
I've been playing Majestics with Matt for a long time.
He ain't never sending it over.
Kale, that kind of looked like a touch of grip lock. Got the height a little weird. Stalled it up there. Ends up dead center of
Yeah.
the path. We were right, though. I think all these guys just trying to play this one safe and put the pressure on the second shot.
Yeah.
Prezi wants no part of the green. Safe play out there, 50, 60 feet. That'll just be a pitch up.
And that road's not OB.
It is not, but there is OB behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your distance control would have to be pretty off to clear that road. But you do see people skip on the road, leading to a bit of a further shot. Okay. 40, 45, doesn't even take on the pond.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Playing to his spots.
Yeah, he's playing away from danger well, still giving himself chances and looks. And
He really is. He's not pressing when there's out of bounds or danger to be had. He's playing very simple golf.
something to be said for not beating yourself, making other people beat you.
Yeah. And Evan Smith is beating him right now, I think. We don't know what he's doing, but at the half, he was
Look
on a heater.
at this flight.
No way!
Are you serious?
No way!
Just a moon ball. Looked like it wasn't going to get back. I had no idea.
I had no idea. This is like peak Matty O right here.
Oh my goodness, getting slammed by the wind
Helix doing its job.
just like that. Getting himself back to perfect over the last 5 holes as well.
Just leaving it in, too. He didn't even clear it for Joe. That's messed up.
I bet you Joe just said, don't even worry about it. I'm going to stack it. Prezi doesn't really care either.
I'm not
Just
over
leaving
it, dude.
They're just leaving the disc in the basket still.
Come on, this is a trampoline waiting to happen, guys. I feel like one of them makes it if they clear the disc. That's my take.
There he goes, sneaking in, grabbing 2 on the card. That was a pretty funny run.
I'm telling you, like I said earlier, like Matteo not playing his best golf, he's still liable to hit from anywhere. And I think he gets a little more aggressive whenever. And also that shot, you kind of should just throw a spike hyzer and try to make it.
It's true. It's true. That's your best bet. Definitely try and go long if possible. Amazing stuff right there. Eagle from Matt. Wow. Insane. I've never seen it on the driving range hole before. Always wanted to. This is a little island hole right here as well. No drop zone. So it's just where you went out of bounds, last crossed inbounds. Right to left wind does make this one a little trickier. You kind of got to trust it wider than you like.
That's wide.
Sit. Gonna be about a 28-footer for his par right there. You kind of tell it sailed. Sailed late. Joe wasting no time trying to use the same wind read as he saw Matt get.
Yeah, do you think that's what that was? It looked like by the time the camera has, zoomed back to the tee box, he's starting his run up and just says, yeah, I know what to do.
Yeah, I think he's ready to make game time decisions like that.
Yeah.
Joe will execute. Oh, look at that.
Great spike.
Wow. He'll execute if he feels like everything's right.
Yeah.
I like guys that are willing to pull the trigger in like a low wind condition like that. They don't have to go through the entire 30-second routine and then risk the wind picking back up or whatever it may be.
Me personally, I'm like, oh, wind's down, throw. Terrible shot. That's how mine usually goes. So
Yeah.
it's better for me to just try to figure out what's going on.
It's a very normal human response.
Yeah.
It's going to be a par for Prez. Matt now, after the out-of-bounds stroke, looking to save his par. Remain at 20 under.
It's like a pretty stiff headwind. It's good for it.
Yeah, he's got one of the better headwind putts in the game. He puts it from so high that he doesn't have to put as much nose up on it. Can really throw that flat, straight putt.
Yeah. I feel like Kale has switched spin, push.
Which week is it? he's one way and then he's next the next time. I'll jump on his Instagram and he'll be like, "Oh, the push is back," and then next week the spin. He's got them both. Is the answer.
Yeah.
And he can putt fluently with either.
Especially in some windy conditions, it's good to have that more direct, less affected putt. But I feel like me personally, I'm also not a spin putter. You're more of a spin putter.
Yeah.
I feel like the miss usually wide and some longer comebackers with a little added speed.
It is.
So if you get yourself in some spots where you're not feeling that, to have the little up and down could be nice.
It can be, for sure. Headed into hole 20. It's kind of one of the biggest bombs on the course.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like a full-on bomb, not like a Pro Tour bomb, but you've got all the airspace you want. And it's one of the longer holes. It's nice to pick up.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the momentum going, string those birdies together. You got to throw a big one here. Got the right to left, so players are going to lose distance if they try and turn this thing over. Their best bet's going to be a hyzer flip on the right side, playing it wide. And you know distance and angles better than I. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. This is a pretty cool line to go Anheuser over stable. By the time he gets back to that hyzer, the wind's pushing it,
Okay.
but it's strong enough to have the bandwidth to get out of that Anheuser.
Totally.
And that's thrown very well.
Kale speeding that run up considerably.
Yeah, I was surprised. 440 hyzer, Kale Leiviska, I don't think of those things as like easily put together.
He was going big hyzer.
It looked like big hyzer, yeah. So I think usually you'll see a line like this, very direct with that hyzer that's going to get pushed.
Yeah.
Not a huge hyzer, throwing it straight so you can still get that distance.
The direct hyzer.
Yeah.
I like to say that Matteo's got more in the tank than anybody else. He holds back so much, but when asked for it, when he needs it,
Yeah.
he can really bust out a bunch.
This is just a little low, I think.
Sticky grass out
So
here
look,
at Blue River
yeah.
Pines. Almost no skips. Keeping your height is definitely key here. Got a putt, though. And Prezi been low now. A handful of times last few holes. It's, I don't know, just a long day, hot round.
It's just not clicking for him right now, it feels like. Ooh.
That was kind of the spin right there.
I don't even know how that missed. It looks so good. And Joe just continues to give himself opportunities and then continues to capitalize on those.
He's kind of showing a timelessness to him.
Yeah.
He's getting the big shots, the short shots. He's got the focus of a youngster, the putt of a veteran.
I think the focus of a veteran, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, it really feels like he came out here a while ago, game planned very well, had every shot mapped out in his mind, and he's just executing.
From what I've heard about him, that's his MO.
Yeah, I believe it.
Puts in the work, executes when the time comes. 27 under now, really doing what we said he needed to do. Leave this card in the dust. He's got guys on the course that are scorching it. He's got to keep up with them and not think about what his card is doing. Hole 21. One of the trickier on the course, one of the tighter on the course, calls for a very specific shot. You'll see forehands and backhands. I think it fits a good forehand better with the left to right finish. But there's definitely some options.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see some more backhands from these guys.
Yes, backhand heavy card.
Yes, for sure. There's a reason they're lead card, though. This course, you can dice it up with some backhands.
Yep.
Played this hole once, threw a backhand, looked a little something like this.
Oh, he's just got to prove me wrong and base it, almost ace it.
Wow.
Good grief, Joe.
And I will say, like, the one time I threw it, it was good, but it is a tight, intimidating line.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to throw that hyzer flip, which these guys are all very, very good at. But then you have to get it to tilt and then come back, and that is zipped. Holy.
That's $5.
Yeah, it's super far.
Yeah, because this thing's more than 355, I believe. At least it plays more.
It definitely feels like at
Closer to
least
400.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, shit.
Gale, wow.
Almost makes the island.
Crazy. You don't see people out that far very often, but puring the gap.
I mean,
getting over the ravine.
Yeah, it's just a weird feeling to lace the gap and then still have to upshot. This looks amazing.
Is it going to go in? Please do it. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Just under it.
That's incredible.
4 great shots, all of them across the ravine.
And Prez really getting the trifecta of like speed, angle, and distance control.
Yep. Oh.
Dude, we got a rowdy card. They're trying to draw it up from anywhere. Well, that falls out of the sky.
Yeah, you're right. This is a spot well viewed from a lot of different angles. You come out of the woods and everybody can kind of see what's going on here. That's what BRP is, one of its best attributes, is its ability to watch golf.
Yeah.
Just to observe fun disc golf shots. And this one right here, I mean, people are lined up in their RVs a few hundred feet away. Germ's got his binoculars out.
Yeah.
He's watching what's going on, sitting with Yeti.
Watching some birds as well. He might be putting for birdie. He might be looking at a different birdie, you know?
Yeah. At this point, he's in the thick of a Masters Majestic run, trying to beat Danny Polk and the boys in the 40-plus division. Headed into hole 22. I'll keep saying it. Just another great disc golf hole.
Yeah.
This pond right here it's taken a bunch of my favorite Frisbees. It's perfectly placed as well.
Yeah, I love the angle of this hole. Like, I mean, we're going to see some backhand turnovers, and it's only 340. I feel like it might play a little bit farther.
I think it does.
But you want to push it far because of the out of bounds. But when that disc starts to flex back, for me, I found it hard to keep the distance short enough.
Similar to hole 6, the basket's just out of sight.
Yeah.
Which plays as it makes it a little harder without the physical representation. There's Danny Polk, speaking of the man right there. Minnesota's finest disc golfers.
Played well at the Tim Selinsky.
Yes, had a chance to take it down right there on the back 9 with Cale, Tall Paul. Eventually lost to Nate Sexton. This is shaping up to be a really good Masters World Championship.
100%. A lot of ballers in the Masters division right now.
That guy, Matty O, won't be long before he's joining the ranks. It's flexing out a little too much.
Man, and nobody sticking it on the green. Oh, we still have one more. So far, it's been kind of what I said of pushing it a little too far. It's just tough. This could be it, though, if it flexes back.
It has to flex back. This is a little tight. Got to carry. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
That'll do.
Yeah. Hits the rock, rolls alongside the water.
That would have been really dicey if you... Well, I guess there's rocks on the other side to catch it, but a roll away here could... Bad things could happen. Ooh. Catching the shades was impressive. And I feel like you don't usually see him run them down unless they're in.
Yeah.
And I expect him... all of those to be in, pretty much. Whenever he does that little hop from 45.
No way. From a knee for Prezi. Let's get the replay of this thing. Wow. All arm. Almost no body involved. Just
Gets it
enough.
there.
Swallowed up by that helix. Now Kale with the shortest birdie putt. Let's pick up a stroke on Matt and Joe. Get himself back within striking distance. You know, at
Yeah.
this point, being in the lead or tied with Joe at the end of this thing will be a tall task, but we got 18 holes tomorrow. It's the Super 18, so it is more than just normal holes, and there's plenty of golf to play. This is anybody's ball game, assuming that Evan Smith isn't absolutely running away with this
Right.
thing, continuing on that 13 through 15 pace.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Big thanks to the sponsors of this coverage. Headed into 23, 270. Man, another very specific shot. You haven't played a hole quite like this one yet in your round. Looking for like a little fish hook stable finish on that.
Yeah.
And it's only 270, so it's got to happen with like a mid-range or something. You can't throw the fairway. It gets there too fast.
Yeah, it's not a very like obvious line. It's one that you definitely have to practice, and I like a little bit of Anheuser out of the hand
I do too.
from Prez there, but it just not quite enough.
Needed to push that straight another 15, 20 before it started breaking off. Okay, it's somebody that could throw that fairway with how touchy he can be. And big surprise here,
Yeah.
he knows the line.
And one of the good things about this hole too is once you have that little flex and you're getting down there, the ground play usually helps you out for a good 25 feet.
Yep. Oh, just like kind of a straighter shot there from Joe. Not falling in love with getting it all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Just getting himself a putt.
Kind of took a weird bounce too. I feel like that gets a little closer in other rounds.
Matty O told me in practice that he used to throw forehand roller on this hole when he came here years ago. Yeah.
Why wouldn't he do that? That looked so Matty O right there.
I think he's just got 20 years of history on this hole.
Fair enough.
You know. See, leaving that one a bit short, but inside this, so you should have a C1 bid. A little balk right there.
A little pump fake.
Oh, ooh, I wonder what that was. Joe not super pleased.
He's had a lot of putts from that like 28 range. That one stretched out a little bit farther. Kind of, I feel like all of his putts have been 25 to 28. So
Kind of have, yeah.
you kind of get that little C2, and it's, I don't know, it's a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, you move him up 7-8 feet, probably would have cashed it.
For sure.
Would have hit enough chains and dropped right in. Would have been fine. Kale getting the bird, along with Matteo, picking up strokes on Andrew and Rovere. Now just 5 strokes away is Kale. After getting a couple on the last 2 holes, that's got to give you a little bit of boost of faith or momentum.
A little something, yeah. I would say our guys are shooting a little bit better on this 9, putting the pieces together.
Yeah. Headed into the second Kobe hole out here. This one's got the powder-coated yellow bottom. Always looking fly out there in the field. Super heavy left to right wind is making it hard for these discs to get back to that left side.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the worst wind to have it on this hole. It's just you want the disc to swing, and that wind is going to push it down, but this looks to be fighting pretty well.
Did fight well.
Some AMIs thought it was going in, but not quite. We have the benefit of catch cam, which usually reveals how close it was.
Silas hitting with the AMI.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry, guys. From the tee, I'm sure it looked like it was dead center. That's my bad.
Radio's disc definitely getting hung out right.
Actually, pretty
Snakes in the
close, yeah.
C1, yeah. Proper distance.
Shoot, we kind of had AMIs a little bit. I thought that was farther. Turns out to be fine. Maybe that's pro eyes. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's happening with that left-right. It's fighting the disc the entire time and not getting a full flight on them.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. I feel like one of the solutions is to go more direct like this. The flatter it is, the less affected it'll be.
Exactly.
So that's well done. The other thing is kind of embrace it a little bit, but just throw it higher to kind of adjust for that. And you're also going to have to throw it harder because it's not going to go as far getting smoked by the wind.
Yeah, 2 different ways to do it. Well said.
Prez is just not flowing like you would like to be.
These putts are low.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, these aren't easy putts. That was an easier putt that you wouldn't expect to see him miss from. But, like, Prez is having these longer Circle 2 bids. Yeah. And if you miss all those in your round, you're not feeling terrible about yourself, but you're going to feel a little worse if they're not above the cage when they get there.
Yeah, and they didn't have a chance.
Right, and that's, I think, where a lot of the frustration is coming from.
There we go. Kale dropping the bird. Tournament director Odie in the background. Got a little something for Kale, who's also affiliated with running this event, has been for a really long time. They do an awesome job. Tournament fills up in a matter of minutes, hours. It's definitely not days. You don't have very much time at all to get signed up for this thing. Probably one of the most sought after A tiers out there.
Well, you win in like a swagged out hockey jersey, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good enough reason to want to sign up.
Yeah, and there was actually a 6-way playoff just to make the cut and get into the final round. So things were very tight. I know the locals, they care a huge amount about getting into the cash here at the Majestic. There's a lot of clout that comes with it in the area.
I would imagine.
This is a good hole for like a stable putter. Something that will flex and then come out all within 260. It's kind of like what BRP throws at you occasionally. You're needing to get all of the shot shapes available and to have it happen really fast.
Yeah, and it'll just sprinkle in one of these, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you're throwing wide open hole. All right, now slow it all down, throw this little 260 flex.
Yep.
And you're going to have to do it a couple of times, and sometimes it throws you off your rhythm. And
it does.
Like, yeah, it's kind of what just happened to Matt.
Yeah, it's a tempo change.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just threw a distance driver hyzer pretty hard on the last hole, and now you're throwing this like just like that. I feel like this touchy little flex, so good.
Yeah, Prez has thrown that disc really good. Stable putter. Look at that focus.
Got the look in his eye right here.
Oh, yeah. Grabbing the glasses off the ground. He's even got the little band. It just doesn't seem to help.
Yeah, no. How are they still falling off all the time with the little band?
It's a violent move. He was further than this, huh?
Yeah, it did not seem that far, but
it really didn't.
he's put together a couple of highlight shots for us.
Yeah, has.
That's how you guys have to view your bad rounds. You know, you're a little off the fairway, opportunity for me to just put a little highlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get yourself a replay. And just like that, it turns back into 6 strokes. The lead over Kale on this chase card. Joe. He's playing another group of people here at Blue Ribbon Pines right now. Evan Smith on the chase card, shooting fire. That coverage is available as well. Go check out Ace Run Pro's coverage. Definitely get subscribed to their channel. Helping Go Throw Tour out this year. Headed into our second to last hole on the course. Just a couple of little chip shots get you an easy birdie here, Silas.
Yeah, not going to take too much. Just put one in play, and then from there, try to stick it on that island. And I think if you're not Joe on this card, you're checking scores, you've maybe dropped some spots, try to grab these last 2.
Yeah.
You know, make your tee time a little later tomorrow, and help your standing a little bit.
You definitely have the daunting 27th hole coming up. One of the best finishers in disc golf. If you go for the island, you know it's kind of like it's a 2-stroke swing.
Yeah.
That looks good from Prezi. Easy to push this one too long. Get into the back wall. He did a good job of really just not throwing it hard. Even hitting that tree is fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sub 400 foot par 4, you know? So, I mean, you're going putter. It doesn't take too much putting yourself in play, and then this is where the fun starts.
Kale going inside. Yeah, puts it on the second level, left with about 15, 16 feet from there. I'm guessing Prezi's going wide. Wide and high.
Good height, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keeps it on the top level. Cheeky. Don't even really need it.
Yeah, you don't, but like, I mean, it's so cool. And like,
oh, Joe.
Why not go for it? It's
fine, really. Oh, well, now it's got more interesting. He's going to have a bit of a wall in his face. Might force him to throw it higher initially than he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
Might not.
It's just a weird green to like,
Go in.
Dude,
Ooh.
that happens. If you try to land it on the top, go for the second tier. But this is fine too. You know, like there's just a lot that could happen. There's a lot of things that are acceptable and okay.
Yeah. It feels like when you aim for the second tier, you don't bring the long rollaways or anything into play. You play a good game plan and you hit a good putt.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe's fine. It's hard to tell from back there, but no, this is about a 14-footer, a little high.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Definitely loose on that second shot, though. That's about as bad as we've seen him throw one this turn or this round. He's been very dialed in. That's his most impressive aspect to me is his lack of a major miss.
Yeah.
He'll mess up a little bit, but it's never just like a grip lock shank. It's not something that's going to set him back multiple strokes.
Well, and I think a lot of that comes from the way he plays within himself so much. Like he's coming up with a good game plan, and all of his shots are his wheelhouse. This feels like he's throwing the same sort of shot over and over again. It seems like he's not, ramping up speeds or anything. He's just making it happen, you know? And so when you're doing that, you're not pressing for anything extra. And I feel like that's when you start to have more troubles with shanks and everything. So he's just great game plan and playing good golf.
Well said. Look at this crew. The AB, Adam Hamby's crew just rolling deep.
Yeah.
Discs everywhere.
Filling the entire island.
One of the best finishers in the game. I'll say it again. This looks good too. Sit.
Yeah, that's
310.
made it look easy.
Yeah, he did.
It didn't look scary at all when he threw it, but I'm telling you, it feels scary.
It definitely does. These guys got the right to left wind, which seems to have slowed a bit. This is turning into a kite, though, and that's going to miss the island. Matty O headed to a drop zone. Can save the par. It's about a 40, 45 footer. Is also heavy on the hyzer.
Stop. Yes.
As close as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, the grass is still sticky, but it's sloped, so like there's not a lot of big skips maybe, but the ground play is definitely there.
The proper distance. It's amazing how close you can get to a basket when you constantly have the right distance.
Yeah.
You can miss it left or right and still have good putts constantly. All right, drop zone putt, save his par.
He's due. Oh.
Awkward looking putt from Matt. Not his best work there. He'll be taking the bogey.
Prez. Just a surprising round from Prez. Not the golf you would expect. Not the golf he played yesterday. And, I mean, maybe what you would expect from Joe. 16 under. Matching.
Yeah, definitely what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Doing exactly what he did yesterday. 32 now for the tournament. Kale, how many times has he finished around here on 27 with a birdie just like that? Getting himself to 6 strokes back it's possible tomorrow.
It is, yeah.
He's not going to be playing on this lead card, I don't believe. We're going to find out who will be here in a second. Matteo taking the bogey, Prezi taking the par. Really just 7 under, 9 under. Not what these guys thought that they were going to do coming into the day or what it would take to get back onto this lead card. Yeah. Evan Smith finishes his round at 16. He was 13 through 15 and he shot 16. Silas slowed down incredibly after that. Noah Meitzma pops a 14. Austin Turner 13, matching Luke Taylor. And then a few different 12s. Greg Barsby is a Majestic champion as well, jumping up into that top 10. But I'd say there's probably 26s and above have a chance to win. So that's 7 guys.
Yeah.
7 guys on an 18-hole layout here at Blue Ribbon Pines. That's kind of anybody's game.
Yeah, and the layout is pretty similar to what we've watched. Obviously, it's going to be 18 of the holes that we've seen, minus a lot of the shorter, more technical ones. It feels like a more complete course that you would, more traditional, I would say. And so stroke swings happening. It's less of like a sprint, you know what I mean?
Right.
To just get all of these smaller birdies. So it's going to be a dogfight, and I'm very excited to watch it.
Yeah, I think if somebody can go double digits this next round, it'll really jump them up, possibly give them the win.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to wait and see. The coverage will be out very soon here on Go Throw. This has been the second round of the Minnesota Majestic here in 2025. 5th stop on the Go Throw Tour, brought to you guys by Prodigy Disc. I'm Luke Humphreys for Silas Schultz. We'll see you on that final round.